you don't mind.
It is now recording, so you can go ahead. I may, because of my
Okay.
echo, I may just like let everybody else ride it.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so this game, it's called Soldiers in Postmen's Uniforms. It is about the defense of the Polish post office in the free city of Danzig on the first day of World War II. So I say the Polish post office. There were actually multiple, but this was the main branch. There were a couple of locations in the free city of Danzig. So if you know your sort of World War I history, you'll know that Danzig was essentially created post World War I. It was primarily inhabited by Germans, but obviously there was also a Polish presence there. And according to the Treaty of Versailles and some of the documents that came on after that, it provided for certain extraterritorial elements within Danzig to be Polish controlled. And one of those was the post office. So in the years leading up to World War II, it became more and more clear that the war was going to happen. The Poles did some preparatory work. There were paramilitary organizations that were covertly training people to have some, like I said, paramilitary skills. And so even though all the defenders are postal workers, they were legitimate postal workers. There were, veterans of World War One. There were men who had joined the local sharpshooters club. And then the leader of the defense was essentially a Polish military person, basically posing as a postal worker. So the defenders, there were about 55 of them in total. None of them technically active duty, though one was essentially. As I said, they basically knew that they were going to be attacked by the Germans and the Danzig City Police, who were essentially an arm of the German military at this point. And so they held out. They thought that they would be relieved, but honestly, in the months leading up to the war, the Polish military had essentially abandoned all hopes of relieving the defenders in Danzig. So that was never going to happen. There was never any chance that these defenders were going to be saved by a Polish military force. They held out for about 15 hours, and so the goal of this game is to achieve that same amazing historical feat of holding out. And you're holding out against, like I said before, Danzig City Police that are essentially a military force, but also two SS units and elements of an SA unit. So you're trying to hold out. If you do succeed, then you'll win. And what you're really trying to do is protect the non-combatants and the untrained postal workers. And so if you look on this side of the board, this represents the interior of the post office. And you'll notice that each of the counters they have a colored border around them. If they are blue, in the case of these three, these are the non-combatants. So there was a custodian, his wife, and their daughter. They cannot be used in combat. You basically just want to keep them alive. There are the white borders. These are postal workers who there's no historical evidence to suggest that they ever had any military or paramilitary training. Then you have the red borders. These are postal workers who did have, like I said, either military or paramilitary training. And then finally, we have guys with gray borders. And that just means that they have some special abilities. They represent a variety of different defenders. And we'll talk about their special abilities as we get deeper into the game. But they include things like the leaders of the defense or the three, in these cases, guys who were entrusted with the submachine guns, etc. So again, this is going to represent the interior of the post office. There's the basement, the ground floor, and the upper floor. And then on this side of the board, we have the exterior, and we have the tracks of assault. And so obviously the attacker or the defenders didn't know this at the time, but the game is going to play out in three distinct waves, just like it did historically. The first wave will come from the south and the east, where the policemen are attacking the rear and the side of the post office. This is where they thought they were going to be able to penetrate. This portion of the building is the post office. Unfortunately for the postal workers, this portion of the building was actually a police station. So that was really good for the attackers, not good for the defenders that was actually connected. So they just had to run across this courtyard. If the defenders make it through the first wave, there is a multi-hour gap where the defenders will sort of be able to recollect themselves. and then the city police will once again attack, but this time it'll be from the front, and this pass from the east. And then if they make it through that second attack, there'll be a final attack, which is the SS attacking again from the front primarily. And the second and third attack will it'll also have infantry guns, howitzers, armored cars, etc. So once they called in for reinforcements, they showed up pretty significantly. So the way that we're going to play this out is that there will be an SS, or there will be an attacker phase where we'll play through attacker cards, and then the defenders will get a chance to react. If attackers make it into the building, so if you play or know about Pavlov's house in Castle Itter, you'll know that if the attackers ever breach into the place you're defending, the game instantly. That's not the case here. There's actually an entire phase dedicated to what happens if the attackers breach the defenses and get inside the building. So if they do that, they will physically be represented in the interiors, but they'll try to kill everybody in the interior first, and then they'll try to kill everybody in the rooms, and then they'll move up to the next higher floor, and they'll continue that clearing phase. And then in the third phase of the game, there will be an opportunity for defenders to try to escape, and we'll talk about that more as we get there. Okay, before I continue on, we'll actually start the game. Well, I guess one other thing is, if the postal workers or the non-combatants ever get killed, the morale will drop, and if the morale ever drops below 1, then it's an instant loss for the defenders. Okay, so before we continue on, does anybody have any questions about anything I just covered?
I'm good.
Okay. All right, so what we're going to do, these are the 3 different decks in the game. There are tactics cards, which if you've ever played any of the other games in the Valiant Defense series, just allow you to adjust the difficulty. We won't play with those tonight. But what they essentially would do is add some extra replayability to the game and also some extra difficulty to the game. Otherwise, we have a distinct deck for each attack wave. And so we're going to start with the morning attack. So this is happening basically just at sunrise. And we will start by shuffling this deck. And we're going to draw 5 cards. And we're going to play them one at a time, executing the card. And then once all 5 of those are done, we'll have the defenders go. So what I'll do is I'll just reveal it, and I'll teach it as we go. So the first is a rifleman. You can see where it says roll and place 1 through 6, blue and white. And so all that's saying is there are 2 placement dice, meaning 2 dice that determine where guys spawn. In this case, we're rolling the dice that's numbered 1 through 6. That's these. If the card said 7 through 12, we would roll the other dice to place up here. And blue and white is just telling you you're going to place in one of these places over here. Let's say we'll roll it, and we'll place a rifleman here. Now, there are 2 different types of riflemen. There are Danzig City Police riflemen, which is what we're going to be playing with in the first deck. And then there are SS riflemen, which just are harder to kill. They just have better defense, representing their better training. Okay, next is one of the leaders. So the game includes all the historical leaders that were part of the attack. So we have really good historical information about the actual plan of attack itself. And there were 4 police leaders who were part of this first attack. And this one is going to be on this track. So it specifically tells us which track he spawns on. Next, we have a machine gunner. So there were machine gunners that were posted all around the building, providing covering fire for the attackers. So we'll place this machine gunner. You can see it says C. So he has a specific position he goes to. He goes here. And when he's placed, he immediately activates, and he's trying to disrupt defenders, right? So what that means is he is going to attack a defender in line of sight. Line of sight in this game is very easy to determine. So he's in a place that's split white and gray. So he has line of sight to any defenders that are also in white or gray positions, which would be all the defenders on this side of the building, because that's who he has line of sight to. And the attackers will always concentrate fire on people in the highest position in the house. So in this case, in the upper floors. So he's going to be targeting one of these 2 positions. And so you roll a die to see who he's targeting. And if you'll look The numbers here 1 through 3 and 4 through 6 show us who he'll target first. So we'll see who he targets. He targets the 3 positions, so here. And in this case, because he was just placed, he's only going to roll 1 die to attack with. If he had already been there, he would roll 3 dice. He would be entrenched and roll 3. But since he's just being placed, he's just going to roll 1. And he rolls a 6. Now, what he's trying to roll for is the defense of the guys in the upper floors. And currently the defense is at 5. So if he rolls a 5 or 6, he successfully disrupts the defender, which he did do. And so we place a disrupted token. So this defender is now disrupted. Next we have a rifleman, so we'll roll to place him. And he gets placed on 4. This is a good example. So what the entire game is about pushing attackers forward, trying to break into the place you're defending, the post office. You can see that there's a fence here. This was a wooden fence. There's also a gate here that was part of a wooden fence. Once they reached these positions, they had to wait and use grenade bundles to break into to blast through the fence. And so we now have reached the position in along the fence number 2. So we found the matching grenade bundle cards. If you look here, it says barrier 2. We're going to take it and we're going to shuffle this into the deck. Until this card is revealed, the attackers will continue to push forward and stack in this spot. As soon as that card is revealed, they're going to flood forward and come into the building. And then we have another rifleman. And he goes to position 5. Okay, so now I'm going to stop again. We've gone through some of the basic units in the game. One thing I should say, on the leader, it says remove the card from the game. Once a leader comes out, he'll never re-emerge. The rest of these cards are going to be, they're going to create a discard pile. And the reason for that is if at the end of this deck, the first wave, if there is a leader on the board and at least one attacker is inside the building, the attack wave will continue. We'll reshuffle the discards and we'll continue on until either all the attackers are eliminated from the building or all the leaders are removed. So that would be really, really, really bad. We don't want that to ever happen. We want to make sure that doesn't happen because we have very limited supplies. And so to let them drag out the attack wave would be really bad for us. So I'm going to pause here and see if there's any questions about anything that we just covered. Okay, so we are at the defender phase. The defender phase has 2 distinct parts. One is the defenders, amongst all the defenders in the building, you can move 4 of them. And what you'll do is you'll essentially, I'll talk about all the different things you can do with move, but once you've taken that move, you'll place one of these 4 move tokens on them. And then after you've taken your 4 moves, you'll take 4 actions. And we'll talk about that too. In general, the move is you can move a counter from one space inside a floor to another one. So you can move from here to here. These smaller rooms can hold 2 counters. The larger rooms can hold 3. So you can move a defender from space to space. You can move a defender from one of these combat positions to an interior location. You can move from an interior location to an interior location on a different floor. So that's how you move around the building. So you're moving from here to here within this location or from here to here. Now, you'll also notice that we have these tokens that are not defenders. So in this case, we have ammunition for the submachine guns, and we have grenades, hand grenades. We also have rifles, and we also have submachine guns. There are 3 submachine guns. They were already given out to defenders on different corners of the building. And we have rifles in every position on the top floor. If you have a defender that has some of these ammunition or grenades, you can take a move action to distribute those to defenders that are in attack positions without actually moving this guy. So basically what you're saying is this guy is ferrying some weapons, ammunition to this guy, so he's taking it to him. Let's see, I think that's all of the moves. One other thing is when you move from position to position, you can take 2 pieces of equipment, so 1 hand grenade and a piece of ammunition or 2, etc., with you. You can carry it, and any items that are in a space are considered accessible to everybody in the space. So let's say that there are 2 guys in the space. Either of them can use the rifle. Um, yeah, so that's a summary of the move. Does anybody have any questions about any of those move actions? The
Just one quick one. If you're disrupted, if you're disrupted, you can't move, correct?
Yeah, if you're disrupted, you can neither move nor take an action, with the exception of taking an action to remove the disruption. Right, that's the only action that this guy can take right now, as a action to remove this. If you move a guy and you place the move token on him, then that guy cannot then take an action that turn. So you can move, but you can't move and act in the same turn. All right, any other questions? Okay, so let's talk about attacking. So we already talked about the recover action. So if you're ever disrupted, you can take a recover action to remove disruption. When you take an action, not when you move. When you move, you don't become exhausted. But if you ever take an action, you become exhausted, except for recovering, right? So if you recover this, you don't become exhausted. But if you attack or whatever, you're going to become exhausted. If you're exhausted, you can take a recover action to recover, so to flip them over. So if you were in a situation where you were both exhausted and disrupted, you could remove disruption for recover action, and then we take another recover action to recover from exhaustion. Okay, so let's talk about those actions. You can attack. So if you look, every guy has a attack value. It's expressed here at the very top and as a number either 1 or 2. That is the attack value that they roll to attack a guy on the board. Now, you have to be in line of sight. So anybody that's, say, in blue here has line of sight to these blue spaces. In addition to that, if you are on the upper floors, you have to have a rifle. You have to be able to reach long range. So you have to have a rifle. Now, everybody starts with a rifle. So unless you move it around or something, you're going to be able to shoot at people that you have line of sight to. As long as there's a rifle present, that's fine. The other thing to keep in mind, though, is that these guys on the support position, so this machine gunner here, there'll be a machine gunner here, you also have to have long-range weapons to reach them. So these guys are fine. They can always fire at the machine gunners. But if you ever wanted to do that from the ground floor or the basement, they're going to need to be equipped with either a submachine gun, which these guys are, or you're going to need to eventually get rifles down to them. So just keep that in mind. That's especially important late game when you're trying to escape. Okay, so you can attack, which is you just roll the number of dice equal to your attack value. So let's say that this guy right here wants to take an action to attack this leader. He's got a 2 attack. He would roll 2 dice. The leader has a 5 defense on his counter, so he's just trying to roll a 5 or higher. If either one of the dice is 5 or higher, he kills the guy, the leader. The leader becomes a casualty. You don't sum the dice. You're just trying to roll 5 or higher on either one of the 2 dice. Okay, so that is attacking. Then you can suppress. Now, to suppress, the only weapons that can suppress are the submachine guns. And a couple of things have to happen. First of all, you have to discard ammunition. This is permanently discarded from the game. So the ammunition tokens you see on the board is all you're going to have the entire course of the game. When you discard the ammunition, you'll be able to place suppression equal to their combat value, so 2. Plus, if they have this special ability, which is suppression, so he has a +1, plus the +2 that's on the actual submachine gun. So he would get to place 2 + 1 + 2 more, so 5 total. You can place suppression tokens in any space you have line of sight to. So he could place 5 suppression tokens in any white space. So let's say he placed 5 here. He would pick the space he wants to place it in, and then the next time a counter would enter this, he gets to discard as many tokens as he chooses, and how many ever tokens he discards is how many dice you roll to try to have this counter become a casualty. If you're successful, the counter is a casualty, and you just leave the remaining suppression there. But if you fail, all the suppression goes away, and the counter moves up. So that's suppressing. And then we've already talked about recovering, and that's all the core actions. So the only thing we have left to do is talk about special actions for defenders. So I'm going to try to move through these quickly. There's not a lot of them. So The non-combatants have a special ability, which is in, means non-combatant, which means they can never take an attack action, they can never suppress. That's pretty simple. This guy here and this guy here has an L. That means that they were entrusted with logistics throughout the battle. Their primary duty was to move around and deliver ammunition. So I told you earlier that normally a guy can carry two tokens. They can actually carry up to 4. So if you move him from here to here, you could take all 4 of these tokens if you wanted to. These two guys were the superintendent and the deputy superintendent of the post office. They both have the same ability, I, for inspire. And so if they're ever in a color area, so in this case, like the dark blue area, and they're not disrupted or exhausted, so if he's ready, state like this, he adds 1 to the attack value and 1 to the suppress value of everybody in this color. So they're in, and again, they both have the same ability. These were the administrative superintendents of the post office. Now these are the 2 actual combat leaders, right? So these are your guys who have. They both also have inspire, but they also have the command or C ability. And what that does, this is super important from an action economy efficiency perspective. When they're in a color area, you can use their command ability. That's an action for them, but they give 3 recover actions to anybody that's also in their color. So, for example, let's say these 3 guys were exhausted. He could take a command to unexhaust all 3. Okay, so having these 2 guys, and he could also have removed disruption from those guys. So having these 2 commanders in your key locations you're fighting from is super important in the game. And I already talked about the guys who have bonuses to suppress, and that's the 3 guys that start with the submachine gun. Okay, so I know that was a ton. That is the meat of the game. Does anybody have any questions about movement or actions?
And I assume on the suppressant tokens, you cannot put them in a module where there's already a enemy unit.
That's correct. Yeah, you cannot place suppression in a location that's already occupied. It has to be an unoccupied location. That's right. You also cannot suppress the machine gunner spawn locations. It has to be a track, like one of these attack tracks. Okay.
I think that's pretty good for now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I will. There's 2 options. One is I can kind of just play through it and explain what I'm doing. The other option, like I said before, is to just turn it over to somebody else and let somebody lead the way. And I would give the first option to Jeff or NB. It's up to you guys.
It doesn't bother me either way. I'm just fine with watching or just collaborating, helping out.
Yeah, why don't
All right,
you?
any other thoughts from other folks?
Why don't you lead us, and then as you're making decisions, we can chime in if we want.
Okay. All right, we'll start that way, and then again, if anybody's interested at all in sort of taking over or again providing some suggestions, questions, whatever, just let me know. One thing is I can't even remember. I think I've been moving tokens around. There was a guy that was disrupted. This guy was disrupted, wasn't he? So we always have to start with our 4 movement. I like to start by having my commanders. We know that the upper floors are going to be hugely important early in the game. So having known that, I'm going to run my commanders up to the ground floor. So they've both moved. I'm going to put one of my inspire guys. I'm going to put him over here in orange, just so he can help out with inspire. And then let's have. We'll plan to do some suppression here. So we're going to have this guy just give him more ammunition because we'll know we'll use him to suppress. So we've used our 4 movement, and now, like I said, so we want to protect these locations. And these guys down on the ground floor in the basement can go ahead and sort of proactively place some suppression here and monitor these locations, right? Guard these locations. So we'll have him. Since he's got extra ammunition, he's going to take an action. So we put an action token on him. He's now exhausted because he's taken an action. He's discarded the ammunition. He gets to place 5 suppression. Again, that's 2 from his attack value, 1 from suppressed bonus, and 2 from the weapon itself. So he'll place 5 suppression, and we'll just place it here on this path. Now he has line of sight to both gray and to orange. So he could have placed it on any of these 3. So just place it here.
Could he split them?
He cannot split them. He cannot split them. He can only place it in one place he has line of sight to. And then we'll have him. We'll just do the same. We're going to let's place that. We'll just place it here on gray. Well, actually, we'll place it here on this other orange one because it's the shorter route. And we're going to have this guy recover. If you're ever disrupted and get disrupted again, you become a casualty, and we do not want this guy becoming a casualty, so we'll have him recover. And then let's just take an attack roll to just see that. So we'll have this guy attack, and we'll have him attack this leader because we know that the leaders are extremely important. Now, it's a harder hit, right? He's got to get a 5 or higher, but we'll just try it and see what we do. Okay, so that was the success.
Nice shot.
Yeah, thank you. All right, any questions about anything we just did? All right, so now we take all of these tokens off. And if any attackers have made it in, we would do what's called the clearing phase, where they would kill defenders, but they didn't get in, and that resets the round. So we'll go back to the next round for the attackers. Okay, so we have a submachine gunner. Submachine gunner is essentially almost identical to riflemen. The only difference is if they ever get inside the building, it's really bad. They're going to kill 2 people per action, so we don't want that to happen. We'll roll and place him. And he goes to the 5 position, so he pushes them forward. Another submachine gunner. The 4 position. So now, had this leader not been killed, we would be stacking here. Okay, machine gunner A comes out. And we're going to roll to see. He's going to attack blue. He's got line of sight to blue and orange, but blue's the highest, so he's going to attack blue. We roll to see the position he targets first. So he's targeting this position. And he's rolling 1 die, trying to get 5 or higher, because that's the defense value of the upper floors, so he misses. Machine gunner D activates. So he's going to be here. Roll to see. He's targeting this area. So he's targeting number 5. And also misses. And then machine gunner C. So the machine gunner C is already here. So he's now in place. So 2 things happen. His defense is higher. So before he had a defensive 4, so we could have targeted him and removed him. Now it's a defensive 5, so it's harder to target. But the other thing is, he now will, first of all, we'll roll to see what he targets. He's targeting position 4, sorry. Here, the white position. And he's doing it with 3, he's now attacking with 3 dice because he's in place. All right, any questions about any of that? Okay, so now it's back to the defender phase. So I'm going to move these 2 leaders. Like I said, I want to get them up there as soon as possible. I think I'm actually, let's go ahead and move this guy up here too, because again, he can inspire. These commanders are going to probably be taking their command action a lot, and if they're exhausted, they can't inspire. You can only inspire if you're not exhausted. So it would be great if we could just get him up here and never use them after he's here just to inspire. So that's what we'll try to do with him. This guy will move. Well, I tell you what, we'll use this guy again to move more ammunition. All right. And he used ammunition and I didn't move it off. I'm not sure what happened there. He shouldn't have had that extra one. Okay. What did I just do? I'm sorry. Look, I just moved it here, didn't I? I'm losing my mind. Okay, so now we have our actions. So I'm going to remove this from this guy because I don't want him to die. And I'm going to recover this guy so I can use his suppression ability as soon as possible. The same with this guy. And now we've got this area here that's potentially going to be attacked. So I can't use these guys. One thing I didn't talk about earlier is if they act, right, they can't act again. And they both recovered, so they've acted that round. So the only person that I can really use to sort of protect this approach is this guy. So I'm going to use him to place suppression here. Okay. Any questions about anything that we just played through? Does that all make sense?
Yeah, I was just kind of wondering how important it is to kind of keep the machine gunners or kill them off so they don't keep suppressing your people or not.
Yeah, it is a choice. It's a really tough decision, right? Part of it is you can try to keep them at bay. Now they're going to keep coming back, right? And so if you can get ahead of them and try to attack them before they keep spawning, and try to never get the entrenched version out, that's a really good thing to do. There is a constant tension in the game about, are you trying to beat them back? Are you trying to stop these guys from getting in? So it is a good strategy. There is no like one foolproof. Is that the better thing to do? But for sure, these guys are going to be a constant nuisance, disrupting our guys throughout, and especially the guys on the top floor. So that's a good question. All right, any other questions? Okay.
Nope.
All right, I'm going to play through these. And at some point, if anybody wants to just kind of take over, just let me know. Again, I'm totally up for whatever you guys want to do. All right, so we'll place a rifleman here. Okay, this is a good example of suppression. Now, we have 5 suppression tokens here. He's got a 4 defense. Obviously, the more we stretch this suppression out, the more efficient it is for us. But like I said, if let's say I just say, oh, I'm going to use 1, and I roll it and I miss, then I lose them all when he moves in. So it's really kind of a press your luck mechanism about whether or not you want to try to be stingy with it and get more out of it, or make sure you're more likely to hit them. So I like to use 2, right? So I'm going to try that and just hope I don't regret it when I inevitably fail here. Okay, so that's good. So we rolled a 5, so we're successful, so he comes off. All right, Machine Gunner B comes out for the first time. He's going to target position 5. And again, he has line of sight to both blue and orange. Blue's higher, so he attacks position 5. And one thing, let's pause real quick and talk about these corner positions. So obviously, the corner positions of the house, of the post office, are super important. They have line of sight to multiple colors, right? So they're a great position to be in as a defender, but they're also the most targeted position, right? So they are being targeted by both white and orange. So that's why you've seen this guy being targeted multiple times already. So he's being targeted again. This is the first time he's been placed, so he's only rolling 1 die. And he misses. That's good. So he instantly goes again. He's in place now. And he's targeting position 5 again. And he misses again. We'll place another rifleman. So he's going to move forward. And as soon as he moves forward, we now go find the grenade for grenade bundle, or for barrier 1. And we're going to mix it in. And we have a submachine gunner. He goes to position 3. So this is good. You're going to see. So now these guys are stacked up. When they're stacked, you have to attack the guy on the top of the stack. That mostly matters if you get a leader buried under here. and you're not able to target him when you want to. All right, any questions about that? Okay, we'll go to the defenders. So I'm going to...
I'm sorry, can you explain why the grenade bundle happened?
Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah. So this is the fence that separated the attackers from the courtyard that they were going into. And so you see this number 1 here. As soon as the attackers get to this position, you take a grenade bundle that matches that number and you mix it in, and that represents the fact that they used grenade bundles to blow their way through the fence. So it's sort of a stalling mechanism in the game. It lets the attackers sort of build up, preparing the assault, and as soon as that grenade bundle is revealed, this will replace a token here showing that it's been blown open, and all the attackers that have been stacked will rush forward into the building.
Thanks.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to move one of the commanders. We're going to move him in here, and we're basically pre-positioning him to give command actions. And then I'm going to move the other one down here to the end. So again, he can help both of these guys. We'll move this guy here with the intent of using his Inspire bonus to help with attacks and suppression. And I'm going to move this guy down with some ammunition to help with this guy. So that's all of our moves. We're fortunate we don't have anybody disrupted, so we're not going to worry about that. Let's go ahead and lay down some additional suppressions. So we've used a couple here. I'm going to go ahead and have this guy take an action to place 5 suppression here. So this path is well defended now. We don't have to really worry about it much. Then let's take some attacks. So this guy is going to attack. He's got 2 dice. Now, he doesn't get the Inspire bonus because this guy has a move token. So it's not until the next turn that he'll be inspired. So for now, he's just rolling 2. He's going to attack. Let's attack the guy on the top of the stack here. So he hits him. Why don't we take... Oh, we can't move this guy. I should have moved him earlier. Let's see. Well, we can recover this guy now, so we don't have to waste a command action next turn for that. And maybe we'll recover this guy too. Okay, so those are our actions and our moves. Anybody have any questions on any of that? So one thing you may have noticed is, we've been attacked quite a bit. The defenses here. The defenses for these floors will never go down in the first phase because all we had was riflemen, submachine gunners trying to storm the building. It's not until the attackers bring out infantry guns and howitzers and start shooting the building with those that the building itself becomes damaged. And when it is damaged, it then lowers the defense of the floors, which obviously makes the defenders easier to hit. Okay, so I'll pull another attack wave here. So we'll place a rifleman. 6. And we have another opportunity to suppress. I'm going to use 2 again, so we'll have 1 more there left. And we're successful. Okay, we have Machine Gunner D that we're going to activate. He's now in place. So he's going to target position 2. He's going to use 3 dice to do it. And so this guy is now disrupted. Position A is now in place, targeting position 1. Now, if he's successful, he's going to disrupt both people in that position. So he is successful, so both are now disrupted. A leader, he comes out. This is Gortz. He comes out on 1. and the submachine gunner. So he also comes. You can see now this is stacking pretty high. We're fortunate because we do have suppression here, but once the grenade bundle comes out, we'll have some. Should have taken this leader out. And so we're looking at another 2 rounds where we know that for a fact that these grenade bundles are going to come out. This one hasn't been placed in the deck yet. All right, does anybody have a desire to sort of take over the defenders or collaborate on what they should be doing now that you've seen a few rounds? Or do you guys just want me to kind of move through it?
I feel like there's a part of me that's like, okay, you've got the suppression sort of there, so you should be trying to now go for the machine gunners. But I'm not sure who you would be choosing to do that.
Yeah, it's interesting. We had sort of a rough round there. We've got these guys disrupted, so we're gonna want to recover those, and this guy probably this commander cannot remove disruption or exhaustion from another commander, so he can't help this guy.
But he could help the other person in that room, couldn't he?
He could, yeah, absolutely. So we could have him use his command ability to refresh this guy and remove this disruption. It's a little unfortunate. He'd wind up wasting one of his 3 recover actions in that scenario, but we could do that for sure. Yeah. But yeah, absolutely. At this point, we've got suppression well laid down. It's a good time to sort of pivot towards attacking these guys and trying to get them off the board, or potentially either taking these guys out, probably because they're the most threatening approach, or maybe beating back some of these machine gunners. Now that we now have the benefit for the first time of having this guy with his inspire action too to boost up our attacks.
Yeah, I guess if I was playing, I would probably refresh as many as I could and just fire the machine gunners this turn and try to get them off for right now and then focus on the people moving up. But
okay,
that's just kind of what I would do.
Sure. Yeah. Let's talk through the 4 moves first. Does anybody? So let's first of all let's talk through a couple of if these guys were to get in. If you'll notice, it says ground floor, basement, right? Each of these positions correlate to a position on the board. So this ground floor is this entrance here. This basement is down here. This ground floor is here, and this ground floor is here. Now, I'm sorry, here. Now, what it means is, let's say a guy gets in. He's going to come here. They'll anybody that's already in the position that they enter through will instantly become a casualty, and then the attacker will move into the interior. What's important is the ground floor is where almost certainly the defenders would attack from. So these 3 non-combatants are in a pretty bad spot because they're basically sitting here, and if anybody breaks through and if the interior is empty, they're just going to start clearing this out. And so they're kind of vulnerable. So at some point, not necessarily now, but at some point, we're probably going to want to move them down to the basement where they're much safer.
And I'd say probably the orange entrance is the one most in danger of sooner or later being breached. So maybe moving that guy at some time would be helpful too, so he doesn't just immediately get eliminated.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, absolutely. That's a good point for sure. So moving them around might be a good option. We also moved him down. He's got ammunition, and this submachine gun right now can't be used to suppress unless he's resupplied. Same here. This submachine gun has no ammunition.
Too many moves and not enough. Too many things need to be moved and not enough moves.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's always going to be the case. You'll never have as many actions as you want. That's for sure. Yep, or moves.
I guess I'd probably get the focus first on the ammunition and then second on moving people out of harm's way. But
okay, anybody have any issues with? Let's put a move here and resupply. Do you want to get this little resupply here also?
Yeah, because we probably want him to start shooting and suppressing.
Yep. Okay. Now I'm gonna let's have if everybody's okay with this, we'll have this guy move here, and this is what's happening here is if an attacker somehow breaks into the building, they're going to attack a combatant before a non-combatant, so they'll attack him before anybody else. So we'll move him here, and then the choice is: do we want to move like another person that's in an entrance, like this guy here, or do we want to start moving the non-combatants?
I think we
Probably
still got
wouldn't worry
maybe
about
one more
blue
turn.
yet,
so.
So yeah,
So, well,
you're thinking, go ahead.
here's the question: if, like, suppose on the ground floor, someone enters on the gray, does that automatically delete both the orange and blue entrance people?
If they enter here, yeah. Sorry, this is a special entrance. It actually doesn't delete any. It doesn't kill anybody. It goes straight to the interior.
Since no one's gonna be breaking in through blue, he could probably stay there for a while. But
Yep, that's right. Yeah, there's no danger here.
Yeah, my thought is let's try to get some of the people in that 5-6 location closer to the basement.
Okay. So all things being equal, so one thing we never talked about, sorry, is morale. So you'll see this middle figure here, a down arrow with a number. If this person dies, that's how much your morale shifts. So if she dies, it goes down by 3. So she's the most important person from a morale perspective to save. So do we want to have her move first then?
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. So we'll move her. Okay. And now, so we've taken our moves. Now it's time for our actions. And so, yeah, there's lots of different, ways we could approach this. What do you guys think?
I'd probably focus trying to get white and blue back up first. Probably do the
Okay.
rally, remove the disruption, refresh the one guy in for one action. The other action, remove off the commander, just because you don't want him to get hit again.
Right.
And then, how many actions do we have left? 2.
That's 2 actions so far.
Then I'd probably shoot at some machine gunners, if I can, with the best people.
Yep. Okay. So your options here is you've got this guy who's now attacking with 3 because he's inspired. This guy's attacking with 3. This guy can attack for 3 with his submachine gun. He can attack for 3 without using ammunition, though he would be exhausted, and which means he couldn't suppress if we needed him to. So it's probably best, unless we really wanted to attack this guy specifically, it's probably better to use one of these 2 guys to attack one of these 2 machine gunners.
What about red to that one machine gunner up there? Maybe do the blue and red. How are those guys situated up there?
These guys? Now, these guys, they can absolutely attack this guy. They would not get the benefit of Inspire because they're not in the same color as the guy with Inspire. So they'd be rolling 2 dice to attack.
I'd probably attack the red and blue, and then keep the suppression, just in case. And yeah, it's not a great attack, but hey, we may get lucky.
Yeah, okay. So you want to use one of these 2 guys then? Because they are attack for 2?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll just use him. And all right, good call. So now he's no longer entrenched, so that's good. We really want to attack him again, right? Because if he comes up again, he's just going to be immediately entrenched. So if we really want to make headway there, we might want to just go ahead and use the other guy to attack him again.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I wasn't sure if you hit with 2 dice or not, if it would take
it
both away or not.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. You never. It's just kind of increasing your likelihood of hitting, but the damage you deal is always just 1. Okay, nice. So he is gone. Nice. Well done, guys. All right. So we'll clear these off. There we go. All right. So place of rifleman. It continues to stack.
I wish we had grenades.
So you do have grenades. They're only useful once they've gotten inside the post office. And we can talk about that. So basically, the grenade can be used to attack all the attackers inside the room, inside the interior at one time. Okay, so I don't know if I rolled for him or not. So
No.
another one says submachine gunner. Wow. So we now have 5 counters stacked here, waiting to flood in.
And lots of machine gunners here. I mean, submachine gunners.
Yep. Rifleman. And rifleman, this last round is going to be a rough one.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, this is bad. Okay. So we know that in the next round we're going to draw both of these grenade bundles. Oh yeah. We now have 7 guys.
I
Okay.
bet a lot of suppression on that ground floor.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Okay, first is moves. Any moves that we want to take?
Well, let's get the child safe.
Okay. Yeah, now that we put her in harm's way, let's get her out of there.
Now that I've looked
And
at her,
I do have a question for the grenade there in the interior on the ground floor. Do we have to move that to a room, or is that automatically with somebody?
So it's considered with this guy right now. So a couple of things. If these guys break in on the next round, which they almost certainly will, they're going to come in. They're going to come in through this entrance. There's nobody there. They're all going to pile in here. We will then have our defend phase. So we'll actually get a chance to attack them before they go.
Using the grenade?
Using the grenade. So this, as long as there's a guy here, and there's a guy here now, he will be able to use the grenade. It does 2. He'll be able to roll 2 dice because it's got innately it has 2, plus his attack value 2. So he's going to be rolling 4 dice against each of them. So he'll be able to probably take out most of them, right? But for anybody that lives, they're going to remove a number of defenders equal to their combat value. So each rifleman that remains will move 1 defender. Each submachine gunner will move 2. They'll kill the people in the interior first, and then they'll start rolling to see who they kill.
Like I say, leave them there with the grenade then. So
yeah, for
that's my
sure
best
you want
chance.
this guy. Yeah, you definitely want at least 1 person with a grenade.
do we want to move somebody else up with a grenade since we're likely to have that many assaulters at once?
Yeah, so the options to get people in here with grenades, you can move this guy with a grenade down, you can move this guy with a grenade up here, and then if you wanted to, you could move some of the, these guys that are better attacking into the interior so they've got the grenade.
Yeah,
I'd probably move one of the interior ones maybe. Because the deep purple really can't shoot anybody in this phase at all.
Yeah, yeah. So sorry. Yeah, one other thing I should mention: all of these people can attack the attackers and the defenders. The attackers inside the interior spaces on the defender phase. So he can use a grenade to attack them, but these guys they're considered to have line of sight to this space too. So like this guy could roll 2 to attack, this guy could roll 2 to attack, etc.
Then I'd probably move someone with a grenade.
Is the way to go. Okay.
Yeah, I'd probably move the guy off top down with the grenade.
Okay. So we'll move this guy down here. We have a couple more moves if we want to do anything.
Probably get the rest of the people out of the non-combatants out.
Now the only issue is the only place they can really move. They can move to a different position that's safer, but if we move them to the interior, they would actually be killed before any of these people are killed.
And you can't move one twice, right?
They cannot move them twice. That's correct. Yeah.
Can we move Sorry, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I was going to ask if we could move Rakowski from the entrance to the interior to pick up the grenade in location 3.
Yeah. Move him here.
Yeah.
Yep. So he's better at using the grenade, right? So that's a good play. Yep.
Is it worth putting some defenders in there with the people that are non-combatants so that if they are targeted, the defender is targeted first?
Yes, so you could absolutely move any of these people. Oh, sorry, I got some echo. You could absolutely move any of these people into this space, and they would be targeted before they would. That is true.
I'd probably do that then, just to be on the safe side, or move a grenade up from the basement interior up also, but those are
Sure.
really the two things we could do.
So it's kind of moving this guy with a grenade up kind of is the same thing, but even better than moving somebody here because he's going to be attacked before any of these spaces will be. So if the main goal we want is protecting these people, the more people you have in here, the better you're going to be.
And I do that. Gives
Okay.
us the best advantage.
Okay. All right. So we've done all of our moves. Now what do we want to do for our actions?
Do we have anyone suppressed yet?
We is like disrupted, right? This dude,
Yeah,
this guy right
disrupted.
here is disrupted. This
I'd
is the only-
probably take that off just to clear him up, and then maybe move him into. Well, we can't move anymore, but
can't move him, right,
probably
yeah.
start moving some of those red guys because if we can down into the blue to get more firepower on the blue stuff. But I'd probably unsuppress him just to get him open. But I just don't like having people disrupted. So
Sure. I have no issue with that. All right. Anybody else have any thoughts on?
Should we get more suppression into orange space 1?
This
that
one right
would
here,
be the
right?
next priority. Yeah.
Yeah. So you could use this guy's actually exhausted. So we can't use him, but we can use this guy. So we can take an action with him, discard that, and move 5. So now we have 10 suppression here.
And then I'd probably take a using the spire, take a gander at the machine gun in blue.
One of these two, correct?
Yep. Probably
Okay.
A first.
Okay. So maybe this guy.
Yeah.
Okay. So he'll roll 3. Got him.
Nice.
And then, do you
Do it
want
again?
to do it again?
Yeah, I'd do it again. Try to
right.
get rid of him so he can't suppress us.
All right. Here we go.
Huh.
Got him. All right. Well done. All right. So, okay. So we are definitely, well, we'll see. We're potentially down to the last round. Now, one thing that's happened is interesting. This is kind of unusual. These guys never reached here, so that we've never mixed this grenade bundle in. The only exception would be is if they get here this turn, then it would just automatically be played.
Do the suppression tokens stay between rounds or do they get removed?
Between phases, right? Between attack phases, all of this stuff will get removed. So everybody will be unexhausted. All the disruption will be cleared. The attackers will be removed. Basically, the whole thing resets, but you don't reposition your defenders.
Does the
And
ammo
that
get
just-
reset?
No. So we will never get this ammunition back, which is it's an interesting, resource management sort of problem to the game. All right, so we have a leader that spawns in 5/6. This is Willer. And so that's going to push this guy forward. Now we only have one suppression token left, so we'll roll it. And he makes it in, which means that this is going to be our last card. Okay. So grenade bundle 2 occurs. So we place this token and we advance him, but it was just one guy, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, I was worried the whole stack goes as one. So
Yeah, no. So they'll go one at a time, but here's what we were all waiting for. So grenade bundle 1. So the way this is going to work is we're going to move the top guy off. So one guy's going to advance. We've got 10 suppression tokens. So you guys decide how much you want to use on this guy.
I would say at least 3, because otherwise we're risking 8.
or is he a submachine or a rifleman?
It's a
This is a
rifleman.
rifleman, but
it doesn't
the
matter.
issue is if no matter what you wager, if you miss, you lose everything.
Yeah, I know. I'd really want to wait for the submachine guns, but yeah, probably do 3.
Okay. So we'll use 3 here. Does anybody else want to roll? I don't want to be responsible in case it's a miss.
Neither do I. I'll go ahead and roll this one though.
All right. Oh, it's a miss. Oh, my
no.
goodness. I'm glad it wasn't me.
Oh.
Okay. So he advances. Then this guy will advance, which pushes him here. He advances. Pushes him here. He advances. He advances. He advances. So we now have a leader. Let's see what we have. We have a submachine gunner, 2 submachine gunners, 2 riflemen, and a leader. All made it in. All right.
Bad day.
Yeah. All right. So we have a rifleman. He's going to go.
Wow. Well, that's good
That-
because we can attack them with grenades.
You are, yeah. You're going to get a lot of grenade action in.
So you do all the cards before you do your defend on the interior.
Yep, that's right. And then this grenade bundle, but it doesn't matter really. Now, just keep in mind, guys, that if this leader is still alive at the end of the defense phase, you're going to have to shuffle this deck and keep going.
Isn't there also
Really?
another leader on the board?
Yeah, this leader right here. Yes, this leader too. So really, you've got to kill all of these guys. I mean, it's the last thing in the world you want to do is keep going because you've got such limited resources.
Wait, we have to kill Willer too?
Well, you don't if there is a leader remaining and there's at least one guy in the building, then we'll keep playing through phase 1 until that's not true.
I see.
Until the leaders are gone or there's nobody in the building. The good news is you got 4 guys and 3 grenades, so there's no excuse for it. So let's talk about how this is going to happen. I mentioned this earlier, but we'll just recover it here. So the grenade inherently gives you 2 dice to roll. You get to add the attack bonus of guys. So if these red guys are rolling, they're going to roll 4 dice per defender or per attacker. Now, here's the issue. If you ever miss a guy, if you miss a guy, you will roll a die, and if you roll a 1, you'll kill yourself. And the reason that that's in the game is because that actually happened in the battle. The leader of the defense actually was trying to beat back some defenders and wound up killing himself with a hand grenade. So that's modeled
Do
in the
we
game.
have to commit
With my
to
luck,
what we're doing?
history will repeat.
Yeah. Sorry, the question was, do you have to commit to?
Do we have to commit all of our actions before we see the results, or is it one
No.
at a time?
No. It's one at a time. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't do a good job of cleaning up from the last time. I need to remove all these action tokens.
Well, I'm not rolling the dice this next time. Someone else can.
Well, the first
That's
thing
fair.
you'll get to do is use your move actions. So you got 4 move actions to use however you want.
I think we got more than enough people already in that. I can't see us moving more people in just to get killed, have them killed off.
Should we start just taking shots at 5-6, white 5-6?
Yeah, you can always forego your moves. I mean, there's no requirement to use them, obviously. So
And they have to eliminate everybody on the ground floor before they can move, or they move either up or down first.
Okay, yeah, they will move up. Yeah, sorry. So what they would do is they would eliminate everybody in the interior. Then they'll eliminate everybody in the combat positions, and once that's done, they'll move up to the upper floors.
You know, we really can't move anyone with Spire down there. I probably wouldn't move anybody, but
Yeah, I don't know what to move, except maybe we want to move the child out of the interior and put her in a room downstairs.
yeah, if we're not going to do anything else.
Okay.
Okay.
This the safest positions are always going to be the lowest numbered positions. So these 2 are the safest, and the subsequent attacks will be from the front. So this is the safest position in the basement. Okay. All right.
Is there something else we should do? I don't see what else to do right now.
I would say there's nothing like super obvious necessarily to do, right? Like You could if you because you know, and you'll only know this if you've played the game multiple times. You'll know that the future attacks will come from the front. So if
I
you
see.
wanted to, you could start moving people to this side because you know that's where the next attack's going to come from. But barring that,
Well,
I
let's
mean,
move
there's
our let's move our leaders then over to the red side if that's what. That's
Yeah.
what's,
sure, sure. So let's just move him here, move him here. I'm just moving him. If you guys have any specific thoughts about who should move where,
I'd like to put one more in the red white if we could group them together.
oh, over here, of course. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So because we have that one leader just in case we need to in 5-6.
So this guy can move with the submachine gun and ammunition over here. Of course, all of this will backfire if you don't successfully kill these guys, and we need them on that side. But
I know that.
okay, so that's good. Okay, so are you guys ready to resolve your actions then?
let's do it.
All right.
All right, let's throw a grenade. Let's get this going.
Yep. So you'll, like I said, you'll just attack each guy separately. So just designate whoever you're attacking at the time.
Technically, there's probably enough grenades to kill everybody, both attackers and defenders. But
It's true.
Probably true.
Leader first. Leader first.
Let's have this counter here go first, Borkowski, and target the. Should we just target going from top down, or do you want to start with the? Can we start with the leader?
You can start whoever you want.
Like
Doesn't
I'd
matter.
probably do a leader and then submachine gunners first, because they're
Sounds
the
good.
most dangerous when they fight back. Because they'll get rid of 2 versus 1 with the rifle.
So this is the conga line of death.
There you go.
Okay, here we go. Wish me well.
Leader has a defensive 5.
He's
All
dead.
right, you got him. Nice, well done. Okay,
And now we continue down.
sure.
Here's a question though. Should we not
Yeah.
try and get this other leader first outside? Because that way it doesn't matter. It'll end the round because there's not a leader. yet.
Well, but we're gonna lose people if we don't get rid of the people interior first. I really, you probably need to get rid of everyone inside first, and then if that doesn't work, your final action would be to try to take that leader out.
I would just resolve this grenade first, and then you can see because you may, depending on the results of this grenade, it may be
Gotcha.
relevant, right?
Uh-oh.
Okay, so that's important. So that's a miss. So now roll a single die to see if he's killed. Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh.
So he is killed. Now you will continue to roll for the rest of these guys, but he did die.
Wow.
Do we lose morale for him?
You don't lose morale because he is a trained combatant, so you don't actually lose morale for him dying.
This happened because he didn't throw the grenade. He rushed forward.
That's
He
right.
Right.
held it in his chest and rushed, but missed him and fell on it.
Wow, that
All
was
right.
effective, but
It was, yeah. All right, so now you're at the position. So you've used one action.
I wonder if we should try to kill the submachine gunner with somebody inside of the house.
Yes, I
Who's
would.
inspired.
We need to get rid of him if we can.
Like, is this person able to attack?
Yeah, he is, and not only is he able to attack, but because this guy has Inspire, he can attack with 2 instead of 1.
What? But we still have a grenade, right? On that one guy we just moved up.
You do.
But I'm
you do.
wondering if we should save the grenades when we have more than one person to attack.
What's the difference? It's the same attack. Otherwise, you really need to get rid of that submachine gunner if we could.
Well, the issue with using the grenades is they're a finite resource, right?
Right.
So
Can we spend one normal attack and see if we can take him out?
sure.
Yeah, I think it's actually even with the green. Well, it'd just be one die difference between them. So yeah, save the grenade and
Okay.
you're the guy with Inspire.
So 2 dice?
Yep. Okay, so you got him. And to be clear, any of these people in orange could have attacked him, right? Because they are all in the same colored area as this guy with Inspire.
Got it.
But we kind of like Inspire. He gives us extra die.
That's right. Yep. Okay. So now, no matter what happens, this phase is going to end at the end of it.
I'd probably. We still have other actions. I'd probably hit either the white or the leader, machine gunner or the leader. So
Sure. Which one do you want?
So so one thing to keep in mind, these guys are all going to go away. So the only people that will persist is the machine gunners.
then I'd
So
go after the machine gunner because they're all gone
Yeah.
anyway. The rest of them. So
Right. Exactly. Yep.
and since we will have more whites but no more blues, I would probably take out the white machine gunner if possible, so we can move people around and move everyone out of the blue because there'd be no more attackers coming from that way. So
Right. So the only person that can attack him is this guy right here. He's exhausted. He doesn't have a rifle, so he can't shoot. He moved, so he can't shoot. So this guy, and he would just be rolling a single die.
Trying to get a 5?
Yep.
Well, I guess. And the other thing we could do is unexhaust people.
You could. It's irrelevant because they're all going to automatically unexhaust at the end of the attack.
Got it.
yeah, I just do it because it's
Okay. And then you've got one more action. So you could, for example, use one of these two guys to attack this machine gunner if you wanted to.
yeah, I'd do it. We're not losing anything by attacking.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just one die.
Yep. Okay.
No joy.
All right. So that is the end of the first phase. So the thing we would clean this up. We would take all the attackers off. We would clear destruction markers, and everybody would recover from exhaustion. So here's the thing, guys. I don't have anywhere I have to be. I'm aware of your guys' time, so I'm totally fine to keep going. We can do whatever you want. I just want to make sure I'm respectful of your guys' time if you guys have other obligations.
No, I still have some time left.
Okay.
Quick
I'm gonna
question.
Try to grab some dinner before the next session. So thank you so much for teaching me this game.
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Fun puzzle.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So now that the gate's blown, though, suppose if after the nectar that gate wasn't blown, but both white and red will be attacking, would they have to blow the gate, or is it just blown automatically at the end of the round? End of phase.
It's not. Yeah, it's not blown automatically. These won't matter again because they won't be attacking from there. They're attacking from here, which there is no gate, and they're attacking from here, and they will have to blow this gate separately.
Okay, I wasn't sure because that one side with white I wasn't sure if that was going to be in the second phase and two or not.
They won't come this way. They'll only come from this direction.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. Yep. Any other questions about any of that? Okay. Let's see. Check and see. All right. So I think I've got everything here. I don't think I missed anything. We removed disruption, recovered exhaustion, we removed the attackers. We did lose one guy, but because he was a trained combatant, we don't actually lose morale on him. So yeah, so we're ready to go to the next.
There's exhaustion's up on top floor, is it there?
Let's see. Oh yeah, good call. This guy's should be unexhausted.
Will those machine gunners that are there now ever get re-triggered now? Since they're like, are we still
these guys?
Yeah, will they ever get
these guys? Will there'll be machine gunner cards in the next deck.
Okay, and they can still go to those positions even though we're more focused up top.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Got it.
All right, so let's go into the next one. There'll be some cards you see for the first time in this deck, and we'll just talk about it when we get there. But generally speaking, they're going to be attacking from this direction. They'll introduce some infantry guns, some howitzers, and these armored cars. So the armored cars start here and here on this phase. And so what happens is they will advance as the attackers advance. And so what they do is they give any attackers in their space a 6 defense. They will never advance past the gate, and they won't move on top of each other. So if this guy gets here and this one gets here, that's where they will stop. So they just essentially increase the defense of the attackers with them. The other thing they do is if you put suppression in front of them, they just move through suppression. So if you want to use suppression on these tracks, what you're going to want to do is wait for these to pass through, clear a space, and then suppress it. Otherwise, it'll just move right through it.
Along with any troops with it.
Correct. Yep, that's right. All right, so we'll start with. And again, this was midday, so the police went and got some help from the SS. So it's like support elements, but not actually attackers. So it's police attacking with SS support. So the first thing we have is the howitzer. So it's going to attack each floor. It's going to roll 4 dice against each floor. So it's going to roll 4 dice, trying to get a 5 or higher. It succeeds, so it knocks this defense down by 1. Doesn't hit the ground floor, but it does hit the basement. And then this card's removed from the game. All right, now we have the infantry gun. Okay, so we place an infantry gun on position F. And the infantry guns only attack the upper floors. The first time they come out, they roll 2 dice, trying to get 5 or higher, which it does. Oh, wow. Did I shuffle the deck? Okay, so we have infantry gun coming out on position E, attacking the top floor. Knocking it down. If this gets hit again, now that it's on the lowest level defense, every single defender up here gets disrupted. All right, machine gunner.
And every time they hit it, then in Secret's turns, every time they'd hit it, it'd be a disruption, or if they're already disrupted, elimination, right?
That's correct. Yeah, exactly. So if they get hit, they'll all be disrupted. If they get hit again while they're disrupted, they would all die. So it's really bad.
Yeah, especially since we don't have enough actions to actually undisrupt them all.
Yes, exactly. All right, so machine gunner C. He's already there. He's already in place. So he's going to roll to see what he attacks. Position 1, and he does disrupt position 1, so this guy's disrupted. And a rifle, and you'll see that it says 7 through 12, red, white, so that just means we're now rolling this die to see where it goes.
Just a quick question in case this comes up.
Yeah.
Suppose we have nobody in white or blue. What does that machine gunner?
He goes to the next lower level. So you see this guy's white and gray. So if you have nobody in white, he goes to gray.
And if there's nobody in gray, like I said, there's no targets.
If there's no targets, he just doesn't do anything.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So they are done. It's now back to defender. So we can move, we can attack. I mean, we can take our actions. What do you guys think? Again, everything's gonna be coming from up here, so just keep that in mind as we.
Can you attack the guns or the vehicles?
You can absolutely attack the guns. That's probably a good idea. The vehicles you cannot attack. You can never remove them from the game. Now you can attack this guy with the vehicle, but he's got a 6 defense instead of 4 because he's with it.
I'm thinking for the moves, move what we can out of blue up over to red, so we can do some actions there. Because people in blue are, unless we go after machine gun, are kind of worthless at this point. So.
Okay. So you want to move these guys over?
Yeah. Hold on here, because he'll go to orange. I'd probably let's do this first. Let's try to knock that machine gunner out first, and then give it a couple tries. And if not, then well, you have to move first, right? So
Right.
I'd like be nice if we could shoot and then move. Um, yeah, I'd move what we can, the best people out of blue over to red.
Should we also move some of the non-combatants now that we have a little leeway to get
I
them?
I think they're safe for at least a couple turns at this point, though.
Yeah, but we're gonna run out of that those actions later on.
True. Either way, I
Well,
don't care.
well, let's move a couple of the better combatants over, right? So maybe our commander and our move these guys over. That's a couple. Now these guys, I mean, I'm not sure. Do you want to move them over here? I'll tell you at some point this is going to get destroyed, and you're not going to want to get caught up with guys like these postal workers up here because they're going to get killed and lose morale probably.
Yeah, I was thinking of moving them, but I want to get rid of that machine gunner first for the orange if I can.
Ah, I see. Right, sure,
But
sure.
that's why I said I wish I could fire, see what the actions, then move. But
Well, do you want to
um,
leave one of these guys behind to take
no,
a
no.
shot?
We need to get some people out of there too. It's basically now moving people out or moving the hostage. I should say hostages, but moving the non-combatants
Sure.
because it's going to take 2 turns to move those
Mm-hmm.
people out of to get them off that floor. So
Yep. Do you want to move these guys out, or do you want to move the non-combatants out?
I would move the blue, but
Okay. Oh, these. Is that what you're saying?
no, the
Up
blue
here.
of combatants.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
And
Yeah.
then I'm going to go ahead and have them take their rifles with them. And the reason for that is we haven't talked about this in detail. In the last phase, you're going to have the opportunity to try to escape. You can escape from any entrance, right? But under some pretty limiting factors. Like let's say you're trying to escape from this entrance. This is orange. Everything along the path you escape from. So if you escape from here, it's everything along this has to be open, and there can't be any machine gunners with line of sight to you, which means you have to kill these machine gunners. Now the trick is the only way to kill machine gunners from this down here is to have a rifle with you. So you're going to want to wind up taking some of these rifles down to the basement, unless you can clear them out while you're up from up here.
No,
Okay.
I'd take them with them.
Okay. All right. And now you've got your 4 actions.
So the defense is 5 on the infantry guns.
Yep.
And 5 on the machine gunners.
Yep. It's 6 on the infantry guns once they're in place.
I'd probably shoot at the infantry guns and try to get them out first and see how that goes before we start shooting at the machine gunners to clear the path for the future. But
Okay. Just take a shot with this guy. Do you care who you shoot with?
whoever's better.
They're all going to be inspired, so they're all kind of 3. So we'll just start here at the bottom. So, and do you care which infantry gun you shoot at? It doesn't matter. They're the same.
No, it doesn't really matter.
All right, so that's a miss. I'll let you guys roll.
Ouch.
You want to take another shot on it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let one of you guys roll.
3 dice again, right?
Yep. There you go. All right. And you've got another couple of actions.
Yeah, I'd shoot at the other infantry gun.
All right, so you have a couple of choices now. You can shoot with your commander. He can't be inspired, so he's going to have a 2. This guy can be inspired, just regular postal worker. He'd have a 2. That's with this guy. Now, this submachine gunner over here you could use him to do it. He'd have a 3, but that means you're using him, and he can't, of course, be available to suppress if you want.
Yeah, I'd probably do the command. Well, what's flipped? What's the commander? Do we lose inspire then?
If you use this guy with commander, if you use him, you're going to lose his command ability, right? So, there's really no reason to use him over one of these guys.
I'd use the guy in 2.
Okay.
And then keep to do a suppression for the last action. But
Okay. And so you've got two dice. Nice. Wow. All right, and so one action left. Now, there's really suppressing right now is not going to really buy you anything because the armored cars are just going to move over it. You can suppress this.
Yes,
you can,
but the armored car can't get in that purple ground one either. Can
Yeah, that's true. You could suppress here. Now, these guys cannot because they don't have line of sight to it. You would need to use one of these two guys, but you'd have to move them into purple to do that.
Oh, because we don't have any submachine guns in purple at this time.
Right. You could have this guy. He has line of sight to white. So you could have him suppress any of these spaces, or you could suppress this space.
I'd probably suppress the white and then kind of focus on the ground one.
Okay. So he would have, if he uses this, he's going to have 6 suppression. He's got 2 by himself, 2 from the machine gun. He's got a bonus of 1, and he's inspired. So he'd have 6 suppression.
Yeah, I'd do the best white one, because you can't put it in the very end one. Or can you?
Put it. You could put it there. Yeah. And so what would happen is if a guy rolls to get placed there, you would just use your suppression.
Okay, I'd do that then.
Okay. All right. So that's that. Let's clear these guys. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing another token somewhere. There's a move and oh, there it is. Okay. So next attack. Okay, so we have Grinnell. And he comes out on 9-10. So he comes here with the vehicle.
And he gets the benefit of the vehicle too.
That's right, yep. Okay, Machine Gunner A comes back. So he is going to target position 2. Okay, so this is a good example. There is nobody in position 2. So you would look to see the next highest number that's occupied, which there are none. So then you look to note the next lowest number, which is this guy. And the defense is 4. He's rolling 1 die. So he misses.
Which is good because I was
he would have died.
Yeah, I was taking a gamble with that one, but.
Yep. Okay. He comes here, which pushes him forward. Submachine gunner. He goes here. And Machine Gunner D comes back.
Here's a quick question on that. Yeah. So if someone else lands in 8,
yep.
Would that push him into, and then he'll be part of the vehicle after that point, or does it also push the vehicle?
He pushes the vehicle first. Yep.
Okay.
So if somebody goes to 8, the vehicle would go here, he would go here, and the person would go there. Yep. Okay, so Machine Gunner D attacks position 2 with 1 die, missing. Okay. So move for the defenders. Anything you guys want to move?
Now the non-combatants.
Yeah, we can start moving them. We could also keep moving these guys down.
Yeah.
So maybe we just move these 2 and these 2. You guys okay with that? All right.
So the interior has no limitation on how many people.
Yeah, you can have as many people as you can. Yeah, as you want in there. Yep. All right, and you got your 4 actions here.
probably need to undisrupt that one because he's going to get hit by a machine gun again.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. You've also got 3 people exhausted up here, so maybe one of the commanders, use one of these 2 commanders to unexhaust these guys.
Yeah. We need to do that.
If it matters which ones, let's have him do it. So these 3 are all unexhausted.
And then I'd probably fire at that flak.
Okay.
Did you roll for the flak gun hitting the building yet?
Well, it didn't. I didn't pull one this time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's the machine gunner up here. I did roll.
Sorry. I thought it was a gunner. I didn't zoom in on that one to see. That is the problem with tabletop, is you're constantly kind of zooming in and out to read stuff. So
yeah, I don't know if you hover over an icon and you press Alt, it'll let you zoom into it without like zooming into the board, which is kind of nice. All right, couple more.
I'd almost take gander at shooting instead of the machine gunner. Then, not the 2 vehicles, but people in 7, 8 behind them.
Sure. Yeah. Okay, and they are inspired, so you want to take a shot at.
Let's do 8 first.
Okay, so he's got 3 dice to roll. So he hits him. That's good. And then
let's do a shot at 7.
Shot at 7. Okay. Oh,
ouch!
Wow. What do you call 3? It's not snake eyes. It's like worse than snake eyes.
You should have shot yourself.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, okay. So let's go back to the attackers.
Everybody else chime in too. Can't be the only one with any ideas. So.
All right. We have another leader to place. This case is Iago here. And the submachine gunner. 7. So it moves this vehicle up. Everybody advances. A rifleman. 11. Okay, so now you can spend some of this suppression. You've got 6 there. What do you guys want to do with that?
Probably like 2.
Okay. I want to roll it. Nice. He never appears. That's the best way to do it. All right, an infantry gun and F. So you guys have done a good job of clearing that out, but now we have, I'll let somebody else roll because this is going to be brutal if it hits. So the 2 dice, rolling 4 or higher to hit everybody up there. Yeah. So this is when things get nasty.
I should have had you roll 3 1 again.
So everybody up here is disrupted.
Which is sad because I really wanted to put a whole bunch of suppression in the. But oh well.
All right. And then a rifleman in 10. Okay. So we are at defenders moving.
And disrupted cat moves, so
Right.
probably move the hostages down, at least.
Yep. You want to go ahead and move those guys down to the basement that have the rifles? You want to keep them on the ground floor?
You know.
Should we leave one rifle and take one down?
Keep them there, so because for any break-in, but.
I think the thing is we can leave the rifles there, leave one rifle there and take one down, because those guys will decrease morale if they die, right?
That's right. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it's not a great thing to have these two guys in this interior because yeah, they would be attacked before anybody else, and you would lose morale.
And we can move the one rifle to the logistics guy, and then move him down.
Yeah, absolutely. So you want to move this, take this, the logistics guy with the rifle. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no, and then move the other white one down. Leave the logistics guy there.
I gotcha. Okay. All right, now with your actions.
I think it's pretty much unsuppress whatever we can in the red, but
the
first
thing
thing
is, like,
you'll want to do is unsuppress your commanders. Right?
Wait, was Blue? No, he wasn't suppressed. Sorry, so
yeah, no, you unsuppressed him.
So
I think you probably want to unsuppress this guy because he's got the command ability, and then maybe this guy also.
yeah, I do the commanders first. It's too bad we can't then unexhaust them at the same time. And
You can. So the recover action is the only exception. You can actually take. Well, that's not. I'm sorry. No, that's not true. That's not true. If you use a command on a guy, you can remove and unexhaust him. But this guy can't act twice.
Yeah.
So the best you can do is to recover him.
So I just keep removing. Unless anyone else.
I don't know. I feel like we should, like, I feel like at some point, not like we're gonna lose people up there, unless we're doing.
We need to move them down,
but can't we like, go after? Can we? Oh, we can't take any shots, huh? We can't take any shots.
No, everyone's in red at this point, so
yeah.
Now, one thing you guys might want to consider doing with some of your moves in the future is, like, these guys that are submachine gunners, getting them on this side of the building so you can start suppressing these positions. Now, these guys in gray could suppress here, but they can't suppress this position until they move over. But of course, that doesn't help you right now, right? With your
if you had to take it out the upper floors, I was going to move one over to purple, suppress the ground floor purple with that one machine gunner to get some suppress in there because he's going to be knocking on the gate here soon.
Sure. Yep.
But best laid plans.
Maybe recover this guy first because the commanders won't be able to help him.
Yeah, let's do that then.
You got one more. Essentially,
he's a better combatant to save if we need to too. So
yeah, essentially what you're going to want to do is recover the guy who you really don't want to lose, and it's probably this guy with Inspire, right? You probably want to recover him now. Okay. All right. That was a brutal round. All right. So.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought.
All right, so it's infantry gun E. So the good news is, well, no, that's not true. He's in place. No, he was not. I'm sorry. You guys did a good job. You had removed him. So where is he? He's right here. So somebody else roll 2 dice and see if everybody up's here, because you're going to lose a lot of good men. If it hits. Oh wow! All right, good job.
I had my eyes closed, so
that was huge. All right, so the submachine gunner comes out on 7, pushing it up. Now he pushed it up here, so we're going to take the grenade bundle 4 card and mix it in. Rifleman, 11. Okay, you've got 4 suppression left. How much do you guys want to use?
I'd probably chance and just do 2.
Nice. Okay, 4. Oops. Submachine gunner. Okay, and machine gunner in position D. So he's now in place. He's going to attack position 6 here. I'll let somebody else do the deed of rolling 3 dice because that's probably going to be pretty bad. Okay, so we have this guy gets killed, and this guy gets killed. So you lose your submachine gunner, and you lose a postal worker, which knocks your morale down to 8.
But the ammo and does the ammo? If there was, would the ammo stay there?
Yeah, everything stays. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So somebody could go get the submachine gun and still use it if you wanted to.
If they have the time to get there.
Yeah. With all your copious free time. Yep. All right. You use your moves first.
Move the blue guy over to the interior. We need to get him going out of there.
This guy. Okay.
Yep. Can the commander?
Should he take his rifle with him?
Well, if we move into the
There's no
interior,
reason
can
to
he
leave.
still activate from there his command ability? But no, he moved, right? So.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, there's no reason to leave the rifle behind. Did you guys want to move one of these guys over to be able to suppress potentially this spot?
Yeah, I was gonna move 6 guy with his submachine gun over to 5-6. Maybe finish the move of the civilians into one of the cells.
Sure.
Or not cells, but
Yep.
that way we don't have to worry about them again.
Okay. All right, and your actions. Now you've got this guy who's got. You can use him for 3 command points, right, to recover. So that's good.
I think we have to do that.
Okay. You can't recover another commander. So do you want to remove one? I don't know which one you want to remove.
The combat guy first.
Okay, and then one of the postal workers.
What about the other one in that 3-4?
This
Instead
guy.
of one of the postal worker.
You want to
The
just
other
refresh
orange
him?
guy.
Gotcha.
No.
Yep.
There's a disruption on the other guy in 3-4.
Oh, I'm sorry. Gotcha. Is that right? Like that? That's what it was, right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I do want to suppress the. Let's do that first brigade.
You can't take an action with a guy.
He's already moved. Yeah. I was trying to see.
That's right.
There's nothing else really that we can do except for unsuppress somebody else.
I think we just have to unexhaust that one guy. Well,
I think we should
those two
unsuppress
guys
the
so that we can start moving them.
yeah, the postal workers, right?
The guy in 1 and the guy in 3-4. That are exhausted, unexhausted.
Yep.
Or unexhaust that one commander first.
Yeah, I would suggest unexhausting him for sure because he can help you guys out. Now the real question is, do you unexhaust these guys or do you remove disruption from these guys?
Move disruption first.
Is that what you guys want to do?
Yeah,
like that?
I think
Yeah,
so. Yeah,
because they could all get hit before we can do anything with them again.
Yep. Okay. All right. So. And where's that last move token? This guy. Okay. So two more turns here. Phase 2. So machine gunner B. So he's already in place. So he's going to attack position 5. No, there's nobody in blue, so now he goes here. So he's attacking this guy. It's a 6. Rolling against a 6. Ooh, hits him. This guy's disrupted. Leader in 611. I mean, 611, 11, 12. All right, you've got 2 suppression. You want to use 1 or 2 of them? I guess the leader is going to offensive 5.
Gotta go both.
I'd use both.
Yeah, I gotta use both.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Sweet. Okay. You guys have done a good job of defending that lane. All right, submachine gunner. Rifleman. And another rifleman. Nine, 10. So these guys are starting to stack. So you got 3 guys here.
Yeah, we just haven't had any actions to weed them out.
Yeah. Yep. Now you've got a little bit of time. What are you guys going to do with your moves first?
If there's anybody else that needs protecting, or are everybody's pretty good?
Right now, you're pretty good. I mean, you've got, I don't know what's going to happen in this last round, but at least nobody's already disrupted.
I mean, these
So
two,
you're not
probably
combatant,
move-
the 2
I'd
postal
probably
workers at
move
the
one
top.
of the commanders on the upper floor to interior, so we can move him down and kid him ready for the ground floor.
Also, the 2 postal workers that are up there may want to come down, just that we don't risk them getting morale.
Yeah, then we can shoot with the rest.
Yeah.
Hopefully, open some lanes.
You going to leave these rifles up here with these guys in case you need them? Or do you want to take them
Yeah,
with you?
we got to try to at least get rid of a couple of those guys in the red lane.
Okay, and you want to take one of the commanders down?
Yeah.
Okay. You got one more move.
One of these postals in purple, you want to take them to start moving them down?
Maybe move, try to get one of the basement guys into, so we can move them up into ground floor, like from number 1.
All right. And then for your actions.
Fire, 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 fire.
So
Or
you
do we
can
have
make
a commander up there to, is he exhausted or not?
no, he's not.
Yeah,
You
then
wanna
fire,
use-
fire, fire, fire.
So you can use him to refresh these guys, and then you can use these guys to attack with it being inspired. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, that's
Okay. All right. So he's refreshed. Now, who are you guys going to attack?
what I'm thinking is avoid the vehicle guys and attack right behind them. Starting first in the to the left of the
This guy.
ground floor gateway. Yeah.
Okay. So you got 3 dice. You want to roll them? Nice. Okay. All right.
And then go
Good.
for what the guy on the other side, so they're not pushing up or stacking up anymore.
This guy, also 3. And B, you're welcome to chuck some dice too if you want to get in on the fun.
I'm in the spectator, so I can't grab the dice, but
Oh, gotcha. Okay. All right, last one then. So which of these guys you want to take? This guy's the more dangerous because they can come from either direction.
Yeah. Yeah, let's take him out. Give us some breathing space if we can.
All right, 3 dice on him. Okay, good job. Nice. Okay, last round. Phase 2. So we have a leader appearing in 7. Then we have submachine gunner. 12. Machine gunner C. It's already full, so he's going to attack position. He's attacking here. There's no one here, so it goes to here. So he's attacking this guy. And he's rolling 3 dice, trying to get a 6. Missing. All right, the grenade bundle goes off. So you have 3 guys here. So he goes here and then advances. Then he goes here, and that's it. So you just got a leader there.
I'm glad we got rid of that one. Otherwise, we'd have another guy in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then machine gunner D. So he's going to attack position 1. And that's disrupted. Okay. So you just need to basically take out that leader, and you'll be good.
So on between phase 2 and 3, this is last turn of phase 2, correct?
Yes. Yep.
So do you have the same kind of as in phase 1 if there's a leader
Yes.
plus somebody inside? Okay, so it's
Yes.
the same
Yep.
same rules. So yeah, we just have to
Exactly.
pick one out.
Yep. That's
And
right.
we kept the grenade for this guy too.
Do we want to
Yep.
use the grenade though, or
Yeah.
can we take a shot? We have.
So
you may not need it. It's up, whether you want.
Yeah, I don't think we
could
need
use
it.
it and attack them with 4.
I don't think we need the grenade if we can take him out. We've got multiple shots to take him out, right?
that's true. Do we move first again? I can't remember.
You move. Yep. Yep. You'll move first.
So we gotta decide on a movement. I would probably move the guy from the basement we moved last time up.
Oh, I didn't take these off. I'm sorry. Look at me. I've got one job and I can't remember to do it. Okay. You're going to take this guy up?
Yep, take that guy up and then take one of the commanders down.
Yeah, because whatever you leave, whatever tokens you leave this or counters you leave this at the end of this round is where they'll start for phase 3.
Yeah, and the upper floor is a wasteland.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to get annihilated in the 3rd phase for sure.
Yeah, so I would probably move the other 2 down. That's already an interior, and just get them out of there.
Okay. All right, and then you get your actions.
Best guy without grenades to shoot on the leader.
This guy or this guy both have 2s. Now, actually, technically, any of these guys because they are inspired. So this guy would also have 2s.
It's not really going to matter. Let's just start with the guy in 1.
Okay. Okay.
And then the next guy. God dang it. That just sucks. If need be, I will use a grenade. I'm just holding on.
Yep. We've got
next
2
guy
grenades.
in line.
If it matters, you've got 2 grenades and 2 guys that if they use it would roll 4 dice. So I don't know if maybe you want to try it with one of them now, or if you just want to roll 2 with this guy.
Well, we got 2 more actions. Let's try one more time with roll 2, and then we'll use the grenade.
Sure. There you go.
Because I had to get lucky sooner or later.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So you got one more action to use however you want. Maybe take out.
I need to I want to suppress out of the 5.6 with the machine gun ammo.
So it won't persist. So all the suppression goes away
right.
at the end. Yeah.
So but really he's in position next turn, so we can do that. Right.
Yeah, and really the only lasting effect you'll have is if you attack a machine gunner or an infantry gun now.
Yeah, let's take out one of the infantry guns from the top floor. If we have anybody up there.
Yeah, the only guy that can attack is this guy, which he'd be rolling 1 die.
Yeah, it's better than none.
Yeah. This guy right here, you could use if you wanted to attack this machine gunner, and he would roll 2 dice. This guy also could attack a machine gunner or
Yeah,
machine gunner.
and he would on exhaust, right?
Yeah,
But
they're
he
all
only
gonna
has
have
one
exhaust.
ammo.
That's right. Yeah, he doesn't use an ammo to attack.
Let's go for the flak gun. Just
Sure.
Hail Mary.
Yep. All right. So that's it for this phase.
I'm surprised we got to phase 3 actually.
Things were dire there for a second. Yeah, that was rough. Yeah, you had the big in phase 1. You had the big rush into the building, and in phase 2, you had the damage from the infantry guns and the howitzer. So, a couple of different ways of taking it. All right, where I'm missing? There it is. Okay. All right, so all of these guys come off, and we actually won't be using these guys. We'll be using the SS guys now in the next round. So everybody, these guys, the armored vehicles reset, and we place SS riflemen. They are going to occupy these positions, and so they're never going to advance from these 3, but they occupy them, which means that they're blocking your escapes. You're going to have to clear them out, plus the machine gunners, if you want to ever try to escape. And then everybody else is set.
Yeah, we probably should have gone for that one machine gunner instead on the last to try to clear them out. But
yeah, potentially. I mean, it's tough. Had you been successful, that would have been really good, though. So it's a tough call. And again, it's like I said, it's up to you guys if we can press on or not. It's all up to you.
I got just about 20, 30 minutes left is all.
Okay.
Because then I need to eat something before the next one. So
sure, yeah. And MB, you obviously welcome to
if we can get through it, let's try and get through it.
All right, let's do it then. So go with the next 5. So one thing is this I need to look at my cards. Hold on. It's been a while since I've played this myself. I need to mix in this truck. So I'll tell you guys, just give me 1 second while I look this up. Sorry. Oh, come on. Okay. So I'm going to put the fire engine at the bottom of the deck. So it goes at the very bottom. And what that means is in the last turn, the fire engine is going to come out. You guys are emboldened, so you're ready to fight it out as long as you can. When that fire engine comes out, it just signals the end of the deck. So you're actually going to play through the whole thing. Had you been shaken or panicked, it would have been higher, which means it's actually easier from you from a perspective of making it through the end of the game, but it gives you less time to try to escape. So well, I'll play through this attack phase, and then I'll describe to you in detail like how you escape. Kind of already covered it, but I'll cover it in greater detail. So submachine gunner comes to position in. Rifleman goes to 9. Okay, machine gunner A is attacking position 1. There's nobody on the top floor, so it goes here. Rolls 3 dice. Missing. Machine gunner A again. Position 1. Hitting. So these 2 are disrupted. and a rifleman goes into 12. Okay, so let's talk about escaping. So, at the end of the game, you're going to score a number of points equal to, essentially, if you look at the morale on the postal workers and non-combatants, that's how many points you're going to score, right? So if they have a morale that goes down by 1, you score 1 point. If they have a morale that goes down by 2 or 3, you score 2 or 3 points. So the more points you score, the better, right? So the more people you protect, the better. If they escape, then you double that score. So let's say the little girl escapes, you would score 6 points instead of 3. So the way you escape is at the end of, after the clearing phase. So we'll go through the attack phase, then the defender phase. If anybody's inside, we would have the clearing phase. And then we have the defender phase, or the escape phase. You would look, anybody that's in a position, an entrance. So here, or either of these 2 rooms, not this. So you can escape from either of these 2 locations, this location or this location. If the corresponding track is empty, completely empty, and there's no machine gunners with line of sight, then anybody that's in those positions can escape. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And they just do that automatically. So, like, let's say this guy was here, there was nobody in this path, and there's neither of those 2 machine gunners. This guy could leave, and he could escape. Now, you wouldn't score any points because he's a trained combatant,
But yeah, the main thing is to get rid of probably 3, 4, and the 2 machine gunners, primarily to clear the path and get people moving out.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And so you guys are in the position now where you want to clear these paths, but you don't have anybody on this side of the building. So you're either going to have to move people from up here to over here to clear them, or you're going to have to get riflemen, people with rifles down here to start attacking down here. Now this guy actually has a submachine gun, so he can actually attack the machine gunners. But otherwise, you don't have line of sight. And these positions can only be attacked from up here. So before you abandon the upper floor, you're going to have to, if you want to try to escape, you're going to have to clear these people out. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course, the first gun that shows up on the upper floors is going to
Yep.
end that little argument. So
exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
So we should try and get 2 rifles down to the blue section on the upper floor, just to hope that we can get a shot off before it's too late.
Yeah, get some rifles down there for the to shoot at the machine gunners. Move from red over to blue and take some shots at the SS troops.
Okay. All right. So you got your 4 moves. What do you want? Who do you want to move first?
First, what do we have up on in red? Whoops, I did not mean to do that.
That's all right.
I'd probably move
Conrad.
Here's what
Conrad and the leader.
I'd probably move the 3 trained guys over to blue with the rifles, and then move one of the other ones over to interior to get him off that floor and starting to go downwards. And then hopefully we can get those machine gunners gone. And not machine gunners, but the SS guys.
Okay. So you want to move?
Yeah, move guy? Like number 1 down there. Yep.
Okay. And then you want to move. What about the guy, the commander, and the guy with Inspire? Where do you want to put them?
I'd move the commander over to one of the blues too. We're gonna need him.
Okay. NB, what are you thinking? Move any of these guys over? You move them down?
I'm thinking that
I'd move another guy, but
the one guy that can lose his morale should start heading down. So maybe move him to the interior.
The leader, or the guy that can inspire.
Yeah.
Move him over, protect him. Okay. And then you got one more. You want to move one of these guys here, or move them over?
Yeah, move one down to blue so that we can take a couple more shots, hopefully.
Okay. And now with your action, these guys cannot now go.
Yeah.
So you want to take actions other than those guys.
Yeah, I was all about setting him up. I wanted to do that 5.6 machine gunner.
Oh yeah.
A machine and suppress everything into the ground floor one.
Yep.
Because there's really no one going to stop red anymore. So.
Right. Yep. Okay. So you've got. So you want to go here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's gone. This guy can, if you wanted to, this guy could attack one of the machine gunners.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd just use fire actions to target the machine gunners at this point.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So which he can attack any of the three of them. You got a preference. This guy is actually not in place. These two.
I'd do the not in place one first.
Okay. So you can roll just 2 dice. He's not inspired, so 2 dice for him.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. All right, you got 2 more actions.
The other machine gunner.
I don't think so. The other machine gunner is this guy who you just used to suppress. The other one died. So you have a machine gun up here, but it's not being manned.
Well, is it that machine gunner orange, blue? So someone from orange should be able to go out and hit him with a rifle, right?
They don't have a ranged weapon. They don't have a rifle or a submachine gun, so they can't actually, even though they have line of sight to them, they can't actually reach them. So you need to get these guys equipped.
Yeah.
Now, what you could do is you could take a move action with these guys, or move one of these guys over here with the rifle.
Yeah, that's what I was planning to do next turn.
Okay.
So.
Sure. Yep. So this guy you could use. All right, he has line of sight if you want to take an action with him.
Yeah, might as well. Use it or lose it.
Right. So you could take a shot on an infantry gun, a machine gunner, or this guy, or this guy. Oh, you can't shoot. You don't have line of sight to him.
I said infantry gun.
No, about the same defense, actually.
The infantry guns are not in place.
I'm just thinking that because that next one, it's just if they do a hit.
MMG.
This one? Is that what you're thinking? Or this submachine gun?
Sorry, hit the wrong key. 910.
You want to shoot this guy?
Yeah, that's the best chance, I think.
All right, MB, you go with that?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. All right. You got him. I think you guys have one more action remaining.
He's exhausted. And
Yep.
Is there even a move that we can do? Is there something we can do?
Well,
yeah, I don't know. Honestly, it looks like you're pretty much limited at this point.
Yeah.
Until we can get them all the stuff around.
Yeah. Yep. Okay, let's clear it off. This is when getting those rifles down to the bottom is really important, so you can start taking actions with those guys. All right. Machine Gunner C is going to target position 5, so it's going to target this guy. Hits him, so this guy's disrupted. Submachine Gunner goes to 10. Machine Gunner B is in place. So he's going to target position 1. Same guy, Machine Gunner B, going again. Position 6. Now there's nobody in 6 that comes down, so it's targeting 3. Disrupts him. Oh, and here we go, the howitzer. Okay, so it's 4 dice against each floor. So I'll somebody else roll it, since this could be death for these guys. So the top floor, 4 or higher is a hit.
Goodness.
Okay, so this guy's dead. This guy's dead. He's disrupted. He's disrupted. He's disrupted. Oof.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
that's
now
what it
you'll now you roll for the ground floor.
Oof.
And the
Ouch.
basement. Nope.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Ooh. Moves.
So the basement, because that was the first hit. Well, there were no hits, right? So it should still be at the first.
No, it was at
Oh,
the.
did I? No, I hit it last time. The it got hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
Forgot.
already.
I didn't move it then.
It was already at the second space.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, we need to get rifles to people.
Yeah. But who can move?
Well, everyone on the ground floor can that, and we have a couple rifles there.
You got a rifle
We
here.
have one rifle there.
Here. These guys
But
obviously.
those
can't move.
are, yeah, they can't move. So I think we move what we can with rifles, at least that one in the basement, and get a rifle to one of those guys in the orange in the basement.
Yeah, so we can use one of the postal workers to carry the rifle down.
One of these guys to carry it down here.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And then
I would probably move this guy here first with his rifle to somebody who can use it.
Like this guy over here, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then he can actually shoot.
Right.
And what was it in terms of the entrances? Shouldn't we be getting the people near the entrances, or should we not yet?
Well, the only way we're going to get out is through the basement.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
right
right.
here.
Right.
I don't think we can clear both those SS guys.
So then instead of moving
and the machine gun.
So then instead of moving the rifle and the guy there, should we move them to another room and then move the leader to the rifle?
We need the rifle there because we need to shoot at that machine gunner, because until we get rid of him, nobody's escaping.
Yeah, I think what MB is saying though is put her here, then move him here.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can deliver a rifle there, right?
Yeah.
Because remember, you don't have to actually move the guy in. You can take an action to just move the item there if you want.
Yep.
So like this. So that would be all your moves.
Yeah.
But that gets you a rifle here with a guy that can use it. She's ready to go if you can clear it. Now the tricky part, you guys are going to have to eventually you'll have to be able to clear these two. If you're going to escape out of here.
There's going to be some sacrificial limbs up there.
Yeah,
I'm afraid. It just has to be. We may have to move people back up there just to die.
Yeah. Okay, so that's your moves. What you want to do for your actions?
You gotta unsuppress those guys, or
because we need them next turn.
Yeah.
You want to do him? These guys too?
Yep. Everyone on the upper floor. First.
Everybody who's still alive.
All right, you got one more action.
I would say the rifle we just moved, take a pot shot at the machine gun and start trying to whittle it down.
We can't though, can we? Oh yeah,
this guy can.
He can.
Yeah,
that's right.
It would just be a 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind exhausting him. So.
Okay. So you're gonna shoot at this machine gunner here?
No.
Yeah, and that was a waste.
All right, here we go.
How many more rounds are we talking about?
You've got 4 more rounds.
Okay.
All right, 10. Rifleman. Machine gunner A. So he comes back.
Oof, that's exactly what we needed.
All right, he's targeting position. Well, we know he's targeting position. This position right here. So he rolls 3 dice against it and suppresses it or disrupts it. A rifleman goes to 12. And oh, it didn't get mixed in. That shouldn't be there. Submachine gunner. All right. Okay, they're inched closer. All right, moves.
I gotta move the 2 guys on the interior upper floors to blue boxes so we can actually shoot at people.
These guys.
No, on the upper
These
floor.
guys.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Go here.
They're already down.
Move tokens. Where did I put them? Oh, I didn't never move them off. Okay. And the other guy, you gonna move him back? Okay.
They're taking one for the team.
Mm-hmm.
You might want to get rid of those action ones. You didn't remove the
Good
actions
call.
that
Good
were
call.
up there
Yep.
too. So
Thank you. And who else did I? This guy down here. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You want to get these guys moving either down to help attack or up to help attack?
well, I'm thinking to keep them on the ground floor at least.
Mm-hmm.
They can't
Can
really.
the grenades move with them?
Say again.
Can the grenades move with them into a room, or
Yeah, they could.
I'd probably move at least the orange guy with the grenade in.
Are we really at the threat of people coming in though? I mean, we are, but are we?
By the time we start moving everyone to the basement, we're going to be.
Right.
But I don't like moving them out of there because we may have to send them back up.
Yeah.
Right to blue because we got to get blue clear. At least the 2 machine gun. Let's get another rifle down into orange in the basement so we can at least get another shot off at the machine gunners.
You got this guy with a rifle. You want to move him over here?
Yeah.
Got one more.
I mean, I think maybe just taking over here this guy up so that we have another gun if we need to.
Which guy's that?
That's in the interior on the ground floor. One without the grenade.
One of these guys?
No, ground floor.
Oh, I'm sorry. This guy.
Or we could move. What I could probably do, because we're going to have to evacuate the ground floor at one point, is move one of the ground people into the interior. Like one of the...
Right, the postal workers.
Purple ones? Yeah, move one of them into the interior, because we got to start getting them into the basement, because it's the only way they're going to get out, so...
Yeah. I'm just worried we're not going to get any shots.
They can still shoot, so... If anyone breaks in.
Yeah, let's do that. It feels like I now feel like we're at the point of this is
everyone heading towards the basement, cuddle up, and hopefully we can get some lucky rolls and break out and get everyone out of there.
I know, but we don't have anybody to get the lucky rolls with. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, this is a problem. This up here is an issue because you got to clear these guys out.
We've got 4 to clear.
As long as they're in the interior, we can move them up also, or move them down. So,
but that's
once
2
in
steps.
The room,
that's 2 moves.
Get them out of the room so we can move them around.
Like we got 2 steps before we can take a shot, right? Or we've got 1 step before we can take a shot right now, but we potentially could get some more damage in the interim. So it's kind of just bad.
Well, the saving grace is you guys have done really, really well at keeping everybody alive. Right. So.
Well, we do have the rifle down. We have those 2, that one rifle down and one in the basement. We can shoot at a machine gun with.
I mean, I think where we're at is we have to either say, okay, we're not going to get out, so let's just get everybody in the basement, or let's try and get enough shots in the next 3 turns so that we can get people out on the last turn. That's like, it's one or the other. We can't play both. We can't hedge both ways.
Right, but we're at our action phase right now. I think the only thing we can do is shoot with orange 1 in the basement at this point.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anyone else can take a shot.
So this guy.
Yep.
Okay, so it's a 2-shot against
A. At least because at least maybe we can get rid of him. But
all right. There you go.
And then on the upper floor, anyone to unexhaust or remove the suppression?
This guy needs to undisrupt.
Is there a guy in 34 up on the upper? There's a guy up there.
You may want to
undisrupt that guy.
This guy. Yep.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yep. And probably this guy, since he's got a submachine gun he could use if he's fresh.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Get this cleaned up. And who else did I miss? Got another action. There it is. Okay.
Yeah, if I had known that on the escape routes and been thinking, I would have made sure to get no matter what, those machine gunners gone before phase 3. But
it's tough. It's tough. You got a lot of like competing, issues going on.
And they still come back.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You do the best you can. They're still going to come back. Oh, here we go. Howitzer, your friend.
Yeah.
So
this is what I was thinking. This is what I was thinking.
4, right?
Yeah. Yep, that's right. All right. So these 2 guys are disrupted.
Yeah. That's probably end of game right there.
Yeah.
All right, ground floor. And basement. All right. Yeah. Rifleman. 11. Here we go. And submachine gunner. 8. And machine gunner D, this guy. So there's somebody in white, there's somebody, this guy in gray is the target, so I shouldn't have rolled. It would just been him. He's disrupted. You just cleared it. All right. 2 more rounds to make it through, guys. It's looking rough for escaping.
Get everybody to the basement. Everybody to the basement.
Well, we're going to have people coming down the ground floor next turn. I'm pretty sure, too. They're going to be moving in on that purple entrance. So I'd leave the people with the grenades up on ground floor and, yeah. Well.
Get all the postal workers to the basement. Like, I guess the problem right now is that the ones that are on the ground floor, if we move them into the interior, they're going to get killed. If somebody comes in.
We do have some morale we could lose. I mean.
We can lose no morale. We must save them all.
I think these two guys are obvious moves.
Yes,
right?
get them down.
Getting those 2 guys out. And now it just comes down to whether or not do you want to move these guys into here in hopes of getting them down here eventually, or leave them where they are.
I mean,
I would probably move them, but
yeah, let's move them.
Okay, and now you got your actions. Do you want to remove the disruption from these guys?
Nope.
Do you want to take shots?
We should just take as many shots as we can.
Yeah, remove the disruptions.
You think so?
So we got 1 more turn left to maybe fire on, but
Yeah, but we're still not going to get 3 shots. Like, that's the thing. We're not going to get 3 shots to get a clear way. If we can get 3 shots now and then 3 shots later.
That's true.
Well, you got 2 people down here that have line of sight.
So they should take
Right.
their shots first.
So these 2 guys, yeah. So this guy is shooting with 2, and he's shooting with 1.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, those 2 guys need to shoot.
So they're shooting this machine gunner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys one of you guys want to roll it? That's a miss because he's in place. Now you got a 1. Oh no!
Jeez.
All right,
We have one more. Or is,
he's exhausted.
He's exhausted.
Here's the question: you guys want to recover these guys, or do you want to cover these guys?
For the escape, just say that has to be on the move action for anyone to escape.
No, it's after.
No, it's a free phase that comes after their clearing phase. Anybody that's in the position that can escape will automatically escape.
Then
That's
I'd
what-
say we need to move a couple. So maybe Hail Mary, we can get that one SS guy out and get some escapes in the last turn. It's a long shot, very long shot. But
So let's refresh in blue and hope for the best.
This guy. That's what you're thinking?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, the good news is he's the commander, right? So he can refresh the other guy. So you got him. Now, do you want one of these guys or this guy?
Again in blue.
So he's your better. Well, here's your conundrum. He's your better shot, but he can inspire. So who do you want to do?
Better shot.
Okay. All right. Here we go. So these guys are all gonna be down to the wire here. So whether you can try to escape. You get 2 more rounds. Oops. All right.
I've seen the future.
Yeah. All right. Submachine gunner. 8. All right. So who wants to do the honors of the top floor here? 4 dice. All right. So the director is killed. So that's a loss of morale. And each of these guys gets disrupted.
Yeah.
All right. Ground floor. Gets hit. And then the basement. Okay.
Oof.
Rifleman.
so, how many more howitzers are in the deck?
That's it.
Oh,
That's it.
okay.
Yep. These 2 floors. This floor is almost impossible that it'll get disrupted by being hit. This one will never be. Yeah, almost never. Yeah, and you've made it through now, so you're good.
Good.
I'm looking for a rifleman. Okay. Did I roll for him? I don't remember.
No, I don't believe so.
7. They're converging.
We're getting
on you.
lucky there. We're trading space for time.
Yeah. All right, machine gunner C. Probably didn't need to roll. It's going to be this guy again.
Yep.
So. Yep, he dies. He's a trained fighter, so you don't lose his morale.
I got a suppression out. That's what mattered, I think, in the end.
Yeah. And then D, he goes here, so he's attacking this guy. He's the only guy. He's the first guy he sees. And he's disrupted. All right, fellas. Second to last round.
So we need to move. Do we need to move? Oh, we can move those 2 postal workers down. Yes, that's a good one.
And probably move the other postal worker over to the interior.
Yep.
That's still on the ground floor.
This guy.
Yep.
Yeah, the one not disrupted.
Okay.
We got one more move action. Move somebody else over to the entrance in the basement. To get them out.
This is the postal worker, right? Or what do you want to move one of your non-combatants?
Yeah.
Because you score more points that way. I like your optimistic thinking.
All we have at this point, because
Yep.
the dice are not with us.
All right, you got 4 actions, but nobody that can take a shot here.
Refresh everybody up in blue,
Yep, that's 2 there.
and
You got 2
then
more.
refresh 2 in orange.
That's too
Okay.
bad we could then use the commander, but
Yep. He's had a rough day. He's been disrupted a lot.
and probably yeah.
Okay, here we go. So, I just shuffled. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, so the rifleman. Comes out on 8. Okay, so how much disrupted do you want to spend here?
How much do we have in
Or
there?
suppression. You've got
6,
5.
5, 2.
I'm almost thinking 3.
I mean, it's going to be 2 one turn, 3 the next, right?
Well, this is the last turn, so
So,
I'd
3.
just try to keep as many out and with a 5.
Yeah. All right, so do 3.
There you go. All right.
And that third dice is probably the one that is the 5.
8 again. So another guy comes in.
So now
You use both of them.
2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got him.
Nice.
Okay. All right, machine gunner in the B position, this guy. So he is targeting these 2. No. He's targeting these guys up here, which is good for you guys because you don't want to lose this guy. All right, so I didn't roll to see who he targets. So he targets this guy. All right, submachine gunner. 8
Oh.
here.
I always knew at least one was going to get in, but at least it's
Well, he
only
didn't
one
actually
guy.
get in. He's not actually
Nope.
in. Nice.
And now the game, and that's game.
Nice.
Yep. So but you guys, you're whether or not you can get out now. So the chance you'd have, this guy would have to kill this person, and you'd have to clear these 2. That's how you would escape.
Yep. 1 SS and the machine gun. That's entrenched.
Yep.
Of course, we got that.
Yep. So who wants to make the roll for this guy? He's got 2 dice, trying to take this guy out.
Eyes are closed.
There you go. Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Step 1's complete. Now you've got to get these 2 cleared. You've got 2 shots on him.
1 dice, each, right?
Two dice. 2 dice on each one of them.
Closing my eyes again.
All right. 5 or 6 hits.
Yes.
Got him. All right. And then the last shot, it's down to this 2 dice against a 4.
I'm keeping my eyes closed because that's when I've been lucky. So.
No.
And I'm looking.
It was close. It was down to 1 die roll.
That's right. It was down to a die roll. You missed by 1 number. Holy cow! All right. Well, you guys did really well. You actually score. I mean, you get points for every one of these guys that lived. You would lose points if there were any defenders in the building at the end, but there weren't. So you don't lose any points there. So your total is the sum of all of these. That's a pretty good score.
Nice.
Now, I will say that one thing I forgot to do is at the beginning of every round, I'm supposed to seed one rifleman in each of these spaces. So I forgot to do that in every round. So it was a little bit easier than normal, but that's okay.
Yeah, that would really push.
It
Especially
does,
that
yeah.
phase one, we would have had even more people in there to deal with.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a little tougher. But yeah, so you would score the sum of all their morale, and that would be a minor victory. So yeah, that was good. Good job, guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks for sticking with it.
Thank
I know
you.
that ran
Thank you.
long. That's it's obviously playing on TTS. The games runs quite a bit longer than normal, but yeah.
And also explain the rules and
No, it's
Sure.
good though. Thank you so much, Dave.
Yeah. Well, thanks for playing, guys.
I really appreciate it. And you
Yeah.
said the Kickstarter is next Thursday, right?
Tuesday. Yep, Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. So
That's right.
I was always planning to get it. So I just been kind of waiting for the Kickstarter to pop up. So
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, thanks, guys. It was great. It's great
Cool.
hanging out with you guys and playing.
All right, man. Have a good one.